I was recently asked by a close friend why I'm attracted to evil. So here I am interviewing Jeremy Spencer of Psycho Synner. Makes perfect sense to me. How are you doing, Jeremy?
Good. Feeling very evil.
So evil. I can feel it. I love it. Like weirdly turned on. I don't know. Apparently that was like actually a real question. One of my really good friends asked me. He was like, have you ever asked yourself why you're attracted to evil? And I've been obsessed with it ever since. Kind of made me laugh. It's like, got to make it a podcast question. Yes.
Yeah, because it rules. That's why. Yeah.
There you go. I'll lead with that. Yeah. I'll lead with that instead of being so taken back by it. I was like, you're fucking right. So first question, why are we all dickheads? Am I a dickhead? Like I've been wondering for a very long time, why are we all dickheads?
I don't know. I just feel that that's a way for us to bond by me calling you a dickhead. Yeah, I know that's a little weird, but that's my way of doing it. So it's a very endearing term. So you're a dickhead in the best possible way.
Okay, great. I was really thinking you were going to back down and you were going to be like, no, you're not a dickhead, but it's endearing. So indeed, I am a dickhead.
Total dickhead. Yep.
Oh, great. Yep. Okay. First time for everything. Love it. Okay, great. That's funny. So I feel like I am playing catch up here. 9 albums released, a #1 single, Devil from Hell, on the rock radio charts. And we all better get on board, huh? Because this whole thing is moving pretty fast, I would say, right?
Well, it's starting to now. It was 2 years in the making. We started doing the records basically because there was no touring happening because of COVID. We couldn't do anything. So we're like, fuck, man, let's just keep writing. And we were in our studio 5 days a week. And before you know it, we had a shitload of material. So I'm like, let's just keep going because we can't go play. So let's just do it. And then finally, we stumbled upon, I don't know why 9 albums became the final number, but we decided, okay, that's it. We're fucking starting now. So I launched everything, and I'm really glad because I'd been living with it for a couple of years as I had been making it, and I couldn't share it. And, I'd release a song from time to time. And I just really don't like the way that works these days. Everyone's releasing a song every couple months, and that's the new way of doing things. And I'm not interested in that. I'm older, and I miss albums, and I miss the whole experience of, getting a vinyl album and holding it and checking it out and checking the artwork and the whole vibe and seeing what each record is going to be as far as a journey and a trip and an experience in itself. So I didn't want to just keep releasing single songs. I wanted to get a body of work out there and let people start making an assessment of if it works for them or not.
I like that. That's actually, like you said, that's very unique right now. So anything that's like new, that's a way to differentiate yourself right now. Hell yeah. And now that you mention it, that's really true. Like everyone's really gotten away from like whole albums and really just focusing on singles. So like, actually, good point. Yeah, you're very right about that. I like that. So you mentioned, like you're older, like album wise. So that's kind of like what you're used to. What are your favorite bands? I've kind of wondered. Like, I know you like Bullet Boys because I see your Instagram posts, but like, what kind of music do you listen to? Is it mainly like 80s rock? Do you like any newer stuff as well?
Oh, I love everything. My first band was Kiss when I was 6 years old. And then I got into Prince and David Bowie, a lot of 80s new wave stuff because it was all on the radio growing up. And then I got into metal, Slayer, Pantera, Metallica, all death metal, just shredding double bass drummer kind of metal bands and things like that. So, but I mean, shit, I just bought a Carpenter's vinyl like 2 days ago. So I listen to everything, man. I just like good shit, whatever it is. It doesn't matter to me. So yeah.
I love that. Well, my mom definitely wants to hang out with you now, the Carpenters. Oh
all
my
right.
God.
Is she hot?
Yeah, like my mom actually, like in middle school, like all my guy friends would always hit on my mom, and I would like got my mom to start drinking again when I was like 21, 22, and I would take her to bars, and fuck, like these these guys I went to high school with, they were like all hitting on my mom.
Is that weird?
I thought it was great because like I don't like guys my own age anyway. So it's not like I wanted them. I thought it was funny, but like my mom, huge boobs, like pretty lady. So, like my mom's boobs are like pretty big and they're pretty fabulous. So I guess that's like what they're like, oh my God, look at this. Wow. But I would just sit back and be like, well, this is wild. Like, good for you, mom. And my mom would be like, oh, they're not hitting on me. It's a joke. And I was like, no, they're serious. Like they're really serious. It's
You
pretty
know what's
funny.
cool? No interviewer has ever told me that their mom's boobs are big and fabulous. That's pretty cool.
Of course. Sorry, I'm like straight as fuck, but I love women. So like I love my boobs. I love like tits on other women. I'm like, oh my God, I love these. It's like going to the girls' bathroom for me, like everywhere. If I see a pretty girl somewhere, I'm like, oh my God, you're so pretty. I love you. Wow.
You grabbed
Yeah.
them? You touched other girls' boobs?
No.
Oh.
No, but like we definitely like flash each other. I mean, like we flash, It's totally normal. It's not sexual. It's getting really sexual. I'm like, no, it's great. It's what we do normally. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, it's what us dudes do too. Yeah, no.
I believe it. Yeah, but the Carpenters, my mother just like sat on me my whole life, like trying to get me to like the Carpenters.
Yeah.
Like, I like Heart more than I like the Carpenters.
Ooh, I like Heart. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. That whole Magic Man song.
Love it.
Yep. There you go. It would explain a lot. Yes, it would. Okay, cool. So would you say that you are living your dream right now? Seems pretty curated, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about just having fun and being around positive people and just going with what you're feeling in your gut. It's day to day, but I'm really having a great time. I'm really happy. I'm at peace. I'm excited for this new journey. It's a different role for me, but I have been in front of large crowds for a large portion of my life. So now I'm just 6 feet in front of the drum kit holding the mic, but I'm excited to get going, man. We're going to tour everywhere next year and we're working on tours right now. So I just can't wait to really start this new chapter.
That's awesome. Can you say what types of acts that you're building a tour with? Is it like straight rock or is it like metal or death metal? Or is it going to be like a mixed package? Don't know if you can say any of that, but
you know what? I think that we will be doing some mixed type tours where we'll be with heavier bands and we'll be with some bands that are a little left of center and things like that. So that's one cool thing about this band and being a character-based band is that we can kind of go in many different directions. We're not pigeonholed into one style or one sound. And if you have sifted through any of those 9 records, you can kind of tell that we're all over the map a little bit, which to me is fun because I don't want to make the same record twice. There are a lot of bands that can do a whole career of making the same album and it works for them. AC/DC is a great example. You know what you're going to get every record and it kicks your ass every record. And I love that. But for me, I need to do something a little different each time. So that's why that kind of opens it up for us to be able to tour with different styles of bands too.
So back when you said that you were just like recording, I meant to ask you, like, I see your social media posts and I just kind of wonder, like, how do you spend your days? Like, how are your days structured? Because obviously you've been busy. Like, do you wake up? Do you stay up all night long? Like, do you go? I just like, I know you're in Vegas. I know you're like out there in the desert, but I've kind of wondered, like, and I know he's recording his ass off, but I'm like, how do you like spend your days? Like, do you just record constantly? Do you record every day? Like, what are your days like? I've always kind of wondered that.
We try to work 4 or 5 days a week. I wake up pretty early. I like to get started. I don't like to sleep the day away. I don't go to bed super late. Some nights I'll make it up till 2 or 2:30 at the latest, but that's pushing it. I'm a little older. I like to get up early and get goals done, get shit done. So most of my days are doing some sort of music thing. And if not, I'm on the phone with management or doing something musically, business-wise. I try to work out some. I don't overdo it now. I've had some back problems and things like that, but I work out smart and I'm fairly healthy. I would say right now things are good, but I spend my days, there's usually some form of music activity in most days. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. And I really don't feel the need to like ask questions about Five Finger or anything like that. I feel like all of that's been covered, but I do want to ask, like, what are a few like just favorite, like, this was so fucking cool. Just like being a fan of music, I just love some of the experiences I have. So I'm curious to see like, oh, fuck, this was so fucking great that I got to do this. I'm kind of curious what like a few of those for you are, just having those experiences that you got to have.
You know what? Since today's Veterans Day, that kind of reminds me, we went to Iraq a couple times and got to hang out with the troops and play for them. And that was some of the most memorable experiences in that situation for me. They were so excited, and nobody really knows what those men and women go through over there. How much they're sacrificing. It's incredible. I mean, we got to stay in one of Saddam's palaces. So I'm sitting at the dining room table eating Cocoa Puffs in Saddam's palace. So it was pretty cool, man. But I would say that. And the first time we played Download Festival in the UK, when there were about 90,000 people there, and I walked out, I was like, holy shit, that's a lot of people, man. I finally felt something. It had been a long time since I got an adrenaline rush. So I was like, wow, man, this is something. And then you're up there playing going, please don't fuck this up, because it's everywhere. It's on TV. It's on the internet. It's there for 90,000. So that was a little nerve wracking, but it was a lot of fun. And it was an incredible experience.
What were you super into as a kid? Like, you're a very unique character, and you've always been very mischievous, kind of. Like, I look at you and I'm like, fuckery. Like, what is he like? You have like you have the appeal of a gremlin who's just like fucking around all the time. It seems like you're always like stalking and doing shit and just being really funny. So what kind of child were you like? What was it like for you growing up?
I was kind of the class clown guy. I got people in trouble, but I always wanted to make sure everyone had a good time. So I was always joking around and having fun. I was getting into things I wasn't supposed to do at an early age, like smoking cigarettes and stealing beers out of the refrigerator at like 6 years old. Fucking, what the fuck is that?
Oh my God, 6?
Yeah, but
oh, that's funny.
I just always try to have fun, but it was all in good fun. I mean, I knew what was right and what was wrong, or what was society deemed right and wrong. I always trying to kind of finagle my way on the borderline there and slip through the cracks and be able to do what I want. But yeah, I always just try to have fun, but it was harmless.
There you go. So are you the type of person? I'm the type of person where I can't, like, if someone tells me to do something, I'm like, fuck you, I want to do what you tell me. La, la, la. I'm going to do it on my own. Da-da. Like, there's a meme I saw recently, and it was like, when someone tells you to do something you're already going to do, and it says ... Well, no, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Is that like, I have a little bit. I have a lot of that in me. Do you have any of that in you at all, where you're just like to do what you like to do kind of thing? Not in a bad way, Big time. Yeah, I have a lot of that in me for sure. That's the best way to get me to do something, is to tell me not to do it. There you go. I was always that guy. Yes.
I don't like no. I don't like the word no. It's never really worked for me much. Yeah. One of my funny, whatever. This is about you, but like a funny side story. My favorite thing that someone in my family told me, I told them like my plan and my dream for like my business. I was like, yeah, well, I'm going to do this. And my cousin was like, okay, well, let's get another plan. And every time I get a new client or something like that, or like raise like another level, like my favorite thing to think back on is, well, let's get another plan. And it's a funny gist of like, when someone tells you like, oh, you can't do something, it's like, oh, yes, I can. Yeah. So how long have you dreamed of being Satan? Gotta ask. You know what? It wasn't like a lifelong thing. I was just making music, and it started to take shape and sound a certain way. And I was like, well, what's this character going to look like? And I wanted to do something that we hadn't seen a million times. We've seen every style of rock look you can possibly fathom, but I'd never seen a devil frontman ever. And I can't believe it. Like, how has nobody ever done that? So I'm like, oh, fuck, I'll take a swing at it. And the first time we were messing with the makeup, it took me about 6 hours to get in the prosthetic and the airbrushing and all that shit. And I was like, I can't do this. This fucking sucks. But now we've got it down to about 70 minutes. That's doable. It's fucking doable. It's still long, but that's doable. I can at least sit in the chair and take it. It's kind of like you have to go through what us women go through when we get ready. That's true. Uh-huh. I'm like, 70. Oh, now you know what it's like. Okay. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. That's awesome. So 6 hours down to about 70 minutes. Do you do it, or does someone do it on you? I have to have somebody help, because it's too much. The prosthetic is really challenging, and it's got to be smooth and perfect. And then there's airbrushing. I'm just not really a makeup artist type of person, but
Yeah, you're not used to doing your own makeup.
Well, it's like you're like hire somebody that can do it better. There you go. That's what I'm doing.
Hey, figure it out eventually. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I have to have a couple people trained in case somebody goes down or gets sick or doesn't want to do it, So I have to have a couple people that can do it.
So is that why why you shaved your head? Because I wondered, like, because you keep it like very shaved down now. And I was listening to another interview and you said, yeah, I shaved my head. And I was like, that's why.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. But I don't like bald caps even more because it takes about 45 minutes to put one on. So it's like anytime there's band activity, let's shave that shit. And it's much easier to deal with. So that's why.
Okay, there you go. Because it was like straight hawk for so many years. And
yeah, a lot of years. Yeah. As soon as that situation ended, I was time. I was like, not only was it a difficult haircut to always do, because you had to do multiple coloration, like black, and then bleach the middle, and then I'd have to straight iron it and put all this shit in there, got to be glued. And I was tired of doing it, but I mean, it worked for that situation. But as soon as I was out, I'm like, fuck this. I chopped it off.
That's funny. It's just, my heart is just growing for you, having to go through what us women go through. It just, my heart keeps growing for you. I'm like, yes, I love it. So I have to ask, I've listened to the albums.
Okay.
And I would say, I think it's like the perfect combination of substance and like tongue-in-cheek fun. And I think that's the whole point. And I think there's like some really good songs in there, like that are fucking like meat and potatoes, that are like very good songs in there. And then obviously like a lot of it's very fun as well. But why the number 9? Is it like a satanic thing, or was it just...
No, I just wanted to finally get stuff out. So I shut it down at 9. I mean, we're already halfway done with record 10.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a satanic thing. And I was like, I don't know. I watch all the movies. I don't know what 9 is, but
I wish there was a cool story for that number, but not that I know of. I just finally was ready. Okay, let's fucking put some of this shit out. So we did it. Okay.
So I have them all here. Can you, like, off the top of your head, name all 9 albums, like, just to be funny?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go for it. Because I also want to know which ones are first, because they're all out. Are you supposed to listen from beginning to end?
It doesn't matter, but I mean, I there is an order that I had picked, but Spotify and Apple don't put it up that way.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah. Thanks. So it's just kind of like pick one and dive in and see what you think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can name them all.
So name all the albums like how, like in order of like how you imagined it.
Okay. The first album is Unholy Hymns for the Children.
Okay. That's not what I thought the first one was. I'm glad we're doing this. Yeah. Continue.
Second one is Bite the Snake.
Blowing my mind. Thought that was 7th or 8th. Go on.
Number 3 is As the Demon Dances Under the Blood Red Sky.
Okay.
4 is Fuck in the Fire.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever fucked in the fire before? Obvious question.
I fucked near the fire.
Okay, great. It's just journalism 101. You've got to like ask the follow-up questions. Okay.
I'm not opposed to it. It just hasn't happened yet. So maybe.
Okay. Great. Yay.
And then after that, Killing You Softly, the acoustic record.
My favorite, by the way.
Is that really?
I love it. I really do.
Cool.
I'm on camera, so like, of course, I'm like, where is it? Like, I don't want to get it wrong. I just called to say I Hate You. I thought it was so beautiful.
Thank you.
I just really love that song, and I was like, yep.
Cool. Thank you. I'm glad. I like to find out what people connect with, so that's interesting to hear.
Yeah, I thought it was it was a unique way of saying it.
Yeah.
You know, how everything's already been said, everything's already been done. I thought you found like a really unique way to get that point across, and like a very new way to say it.
Cool. Thank you.
And I thought it was really beautiful and really pretty.
Awesome. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, cool. So that is the Killing You Softly album, my favorite. And the one after that.
The one after that is 666 Volume 1, Um, let's see, what is it called? 666 BC,
Mm-hmm.
Volume One, the Burning Years.
Yes, 666 BC, Volume 1, The Burning Years.
Yeah, and then 666 AD, Volume 2, The Scorched Years.
You fucking scholar, you.
And then we have Dying to See You. And then the final album is The Devil Made You Do It. Yes.
Okay.
Who's that?
Oh, come here, Diesel.
Hi. Oh, he's cute.
I know. He's very, yeah.
He does not care that you're in an interview, not one bit.
No, he doesn't care about you. Like, no. He's like, I don't even know. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever, Mom. Oh, yeah. He just did this cute thing with his head.
Oh, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Like, whatever, Mom. Okay.
He's like, you were a little light on the food in my bowl tonight, but whatever.
Yeah. I just got them Kong toys. Well, they got, so I have 2 dogs and they got in a fight over their toy yesterday. And they haven't fought since I introduced them like 7-8 years ago. And they got into like a fight over the toy yesterday.
Damn.
It was really like, it felt like an abusive home situation. Like they snapped at each other and they like fought a little bit and I had to break it up. So like, I feel like we've got like a broken home. Like everyone's walking on eggshells. And it like, there's definitely like an air of like, this is weird. I don't like this. That was really upsetting. I don't know what's going on. Kind of like I don't know, we're just going to like put on some 3 days grace and get through it. And
maybe they'll apologize. Shit. They'll apologize to each other and be done with it.
Or yeah, maybe I'm just being a woman about it. Maybe I'm just being.
Or just get them each a toy.
No, they have their own.
Oh.
But I didn't pick them up off the ground. So there was still food in one of them. So they've like both were like, oh, food. Like, and then, yeah.
It's okay. They're dogs. They'll figure it out.
The amount of guilt I have. I feel awful. It's like my fault. It's truly my fault. Okay. So, so there's so many different influences. And I love Southern and country rock, and there's even some of that in there. Fucking love that. Like, right.
You're correct. I grew up in Indiana, so it's living in there somewhere, you know?
Okay, great. Yay. There you go. Good. Yeah. Fun. Love it. But I heard a little bit of typo negative in the song Miss Blood Lustrous. Agree or disagree?
100% agree. I kind of discovered that band later than a lot of people. I wasn't hip to them when they were popular the first time, but I got turned on to them later and I was like, holy shit, I love this shit. He's a fucking awesome singer, man. I mean, what a low register and cool character. So definitely there's an influence there for sure. I won't shy away from that and go, fuck no, I'm not influenced by anything. Bullshit. I mean, it's obvious. So yeah, I love typo negative.
Yeah. How was it for you when you were like developing your voice? Like, have you ever sang before? When did you start to play around with that?
Probably in the 90s, I started making some recordings on my own and singing. And my range was a little higher then. And I don't know what happened, but as I'm getting older, it's life
happened.
It's dropping lower. So I kind of have that baritone range. I can't really hit high stuff, but yeah, I'm learning still every day, you know. I mean, even though we've recorded 94 songs there or whatever, I'm still learning how to use my voice and growing into what it is. So it's kind of, it does multiple things. I do different vibes and whatever. And it's fun to not sound the same on every song. I want to sing it different and whatever the vibe entails or requires. So yeah, I'm still learning how to sing.
I love that. So if you had to like make a set list, like 10 song set list right now, we're just in podcast land. We're not holding you to it or anything. Like what 10 songs would you put on your set list if you were just playing a show for the Scandalous podcast? What would it be?
We Hate You, Killing is the Joke, Devil from Hell, Die and Let Die, Unholy. Devil Made You Do It, Love on the Grave, Bite the Snake, Hooray for Heretics, and Tear It Up.
I love that you said Hooray for Heretics, because that was the very first song I listened to
Oh, okay.
when I was listening to all of them. So that's why I thought the 666 BC Volume 1 was the very first album.
Oh, okay.
So I thought that was the first one. And I want to point that song out because I thought, again, we've heard it all and we've been around it all. And like, you get jaded, whatever, you hear stuff and you're like, yeah, I've heard this before. I thought that guitar, like the riffs and the sound was super unique.
Oh, cool.
And I thought it was like I thought it was like something I've never heard before.
Great.
So it was very exciting for me to listen to. And like, I'm like a history fan. Like I love, obviously, I love like Greco-Roman stuff. I love medieval stuff. I love like, religion, like angels, devils, things like that. So there's like some fun, like religious aspects to it. And it had like a fun, creepy vibe that like a movie like that would have. So I just thought it was like so cool and so fucking unique.
That's cool. It sounds like you're getting it. I'm glad. That's really cool. That's refreshing to hear. So you're paying attention to it and you're connecting with it. That's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's completely like unique. And I've seen like a couple people talking shit on it online.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Like, who doesn't want to have fun? Like, we all survived, like, we're still in it, but like, we survived a pandemic. Like, do not get the concept of like fun and having a good time. And like, I told a couple,
be with sugar or it fucking sucks, like
I told a couple people on my page to go fuck off. Like, yeah. I don't know. I've always said like people, I always say like, be careful to attack other people who have accomplished more than you have. Like, just a lot of people who are talking shit just will never play to the amount of people. Like, it's one way to measure success. And I just have never understood. I just don't understand bashing anyone. Don't fucking get it.
Yeah. I mean, it's people that do that definitely aren't happy with what they've got going on. And in that regard, I do feel for them. It is hateful and it's negative and it's not cool. And it's also, it's bad practice. That comes back on you. People that do that, they're defeating themselves. They could be investing that energy and accomplishing something for themselves. And I encourage that. Although I do get the hating thing. Sometimes it's fun. You hear something and you go, God damn, this is whatever. I don't post it on message boards. That's not my thing. Mm-hmm. I do enjoy reading some comments from time to time. And I came from a band that was one of the most fucking hated bands ever. So come at me with what you got with your hate. I've heard it all 10 times fucking over and better. But, if you're going to dog it, at least be creative so I can be entertained by it, Mm-hmm. But it's okay, man.
That's funny.
You can't please everyone. And I'm not trying to. I'm trying to please me. I'm fucking older. I've done a lot of different shit. And I just want to stimulate myself first and foremost. So that may be fucking selfish. But once that happens, I'm cool with whatever else happens, So.
You know what? That's a really good soundbite.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for myself. Fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not even fuck off. I don't, it's fine. Like it or don't. There's a type of music for every person. And if mine's not for you, that's fine. You'll find something right in the bin next to it and fucking that works for you.
Yeah. And maybe I'm like being too loose with like the go fuck yourselves, whatever. It's just, I've never understood people like shame other people for what they like. I've never gotten it. So that's where, sorry if I'm like putting any of that off on you or your experience at all, but I don't get it. Like, let people like whatever they want to like. You can like whatever you want.
Yeah. And, and the people that are hating it too, they've heard one or two songs. Like, listen to a few things and check it out. You may hate it still then, but at least listen to it before you go, cool, you look stupid, so it sucks. You know what I mean?
I know that's the whole point, but that's like, it was only like a few little comments I responded to, but I said, go listen to this album. Go like, and there's really elements, like really great elements from lots of different genres in rock and metal. And you really like it's very unique the way that you do it, because I think you execute it really well
Thank you.
in like a lot of different genres.
Cool.
So
Thanks.
yeah. So yes, I agree with you. Just go listen to music. That's what I say.
Yeah, just listen to it. And if you don't like it, great. If you do, great. I don't even care either way. I do it for me.
Yes. There you go. I love that. So after listening to the song You're What Belongs to Me, because I listen to the music, I got an idea for a little game. So instead of saying a favorite song from each album, which, a former less talented me probably would have done, it's not like I haven't asked that question before, but let's make it better. So it's holiday season. Pick one Psycho Synner album for Halloween. We just had Halloween. What's like, the Halloween album?
As the Demon Dances Under the Blood Red Sky, 100%. That's my favorite record.
Yay.
Yeah.
There you go. That was an instant answer. This is a good game.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So one for Thanksgiving.
Ooh, you know what? Let's go with Bite the Snake.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Have you ever eaten snake before?
No, I've eaten gator. I've never eaten snake.
There you go. Rockin'. Cool.
Yeah.
Just wondering. Yeah. I had a great grandpa who did actually eat snake and eggs for breakfast every morning.
Oh my, yeah.
Like my great grandma would cook it, but he would have to eat it outside on the porch.
That's gnarly. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. I'm glad. Yeah. Glad that. What about Christmas? What's a holly jolly Psycho Synner album?
That's probably the acoustic record, even though there's some sad shit on it. It's a little more mellow, so I would go with that for the Christmas spirit.
There you go. And what about New Year's Eve?
Oh, we got to rock on that one. Let's come out with like Dying to See You on that one.
Love it. And lastly, this one's for the lovers. Perfect Valentine's Day album. Or song.
I would even say song Love on the Grave off Unholy Hymns for the Children. Yeah.
Cool. So Love on the Grave. So there's like, people have talked about it. Your production value is unparalleled and it's fabulous and it's so well done. So you have a video out for Love on the Grave. I've seen clips of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about like where you guys filmed. Who's the girl in the video? Like she's super pretty. See, I'm doing it. I love women. I'm like, she's super pretty. Love her. Who's that? Like, love her. Tell me about the video.
She's a former girlfriend of mine. She's really nice girl. Adelcy Marrero is her name. And she was in a few videos. She does a great job. And we filmed all our videos in Vegas. Mm-hmm. Usually 2 facilities, or if we have to go on location to a house or something, we'll do that. But mostly we use these 2 warehouse type facilities. And my friend Joel Spencer builds the sets, and he does an excellent job, man. Like he did all the graveyard stuff, and it was all made out of sponge, so you could just plop right on it and take a nap, and it was comfortable. But it looks like real graves,
Wow, that's cool. So who does your artwork?
I have different people do it. There are about 4 or 5 different artists. So some are friends, some are people I just kind of saw their work and then hit up randomly, and they knocked it out of the park. So I'm like, cool, I'll use you again, So a few different people.
That's awesome. Okay. Well, I love that was really fun, the game, by the way. I really enjoyed that. I'm like, that was a lot funner than I even knew it would be. That's awesome.
Cool.
So let's be a little funny. So favorite of the 7 deadly sins?
Well, there's got to be something.
We have to be a little cheeky. We can't, I'll do real questions. We have to do some funny ones.
Well, anything sex is probably going to win out.
There you go. Lust.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Nailed it. And tell us about the horror movie that you acted in.
Oh, I've been in a few. The most recent one's called Go Away. It's coming out next year, starring Felissa Rose from Sleepaway Camp. And I just play a masked killer that got to kill and then get killed. And it was fun. I shot it in Virginia. And I've been in a few other indie films that are coming out as well. But I'll announce all that stuff when it's time on my, socials and stuff like that. But I just like to do a little horror stuff from time to time. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome. And Andy Dick, I've heard stories.
Yeah,
How was it?
I hired him for this project I've done called Lady Killer TV, which I made 3 feature films, and those will be coming out at some point too. He was a lot of fun and a little crazy and great and a really good actor. He was a whirlwind. He was the fucking Tasmanian devil, man, but he was great. I had a lot of fun with him, and his daughter came and she was in it too. And yeah, he was a trip, man. That guy's lived quite a life.
So obviously you're a big fan of the horror genre. So how, has it been your whole life? Like, what are your favorite things, favorite movies? What do you love about it?
I stumbled upon The Exorcist when I was about 6. I think I walked in, my parents were watching it, and it was right when she started turning into the devil. And I'm like, what is wrong with her? What's she doing? And then I was completely enthralled with it and just sat there and watched the rest of it. They let me do it. I don't know fucking why, but from then on, I loved horror from starting at a young age,
So what are your favorite types of horror movies?
I like so many different styles and types, but Texas Chainsaw, I'm always dug that. Just the drama and the whole family, every character in the family's fucked. So I always like that, a whole family that's interesting characters. I like House of a Thousand Corpses and all the zombie stuff. I think that's real cool. But, the classics, of course, Texas Chainsaw, Halloween's, Evil Dead's. There's not much I don't like. I even like the B cheesy horror films. It's just a lot of fun.
Okay, so you're more into like the slasher stuff.
Well, I like the scary demon possessed house shit too, like the Conjurings and stuff. I think they're creepy and fun. So yeah, I dig it all.
Cool. Well, that's awesome. So a lot happened for you when you were 6. You had your first beer and you saw The Exorcist.
And I kissed a 6th grade girl. That happened too. Smoked cigarettes, got drunk, watched The Exorcist, and kissed a 6th grade girl.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Not a bad year.
To go back when you were 6 years old. Damn.
I wish iPhones existed back then. That would be a trip to watch some of that stuff.
That's super funny. So if Psycho Synner was a horror movie, what would you want the premise of that horror movie to be? Would it be a slasher? Would it be a demon movie? Would it be ghosts?
I think it would be more psychedelic. That way you could put yourself in different trippy fantasy scenarios that are completely unrealistic and fucked, but it would be like somebody took a pill and then they go into the world of Psycho Synner where it's just this crazy world. So who knows? Maybe we'll make that film.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Speechless.
That's okay. Yeah.
That's just a really cool concept. And I was expecting either like slasher or demon or ghost. So you surprised me there.
I would probably make it more fun. I mean, there could be some dark moments too, but I would make it probably more fun than more serious.
Okay. So if I was in the movie, would you kill me or let me live?
You could probably live. You would live. Yeah. Thanks, unless you want to die. I mean, we could talk about it.
No, I just want to live, man. I just want to live.
Okay.
I just want to live.
Cool.
Yeah. So last question that I had, do you have any interests or dreams outside of music? Well, we talked about movies, but I would say we talked about movies, but I would say like I've always kind of like wondered like what is he up to now that now that he's out of Five Finger, you're doing this. So just to kind of tie it back up, I always wondered how you spent your days. So do you have any interests outside of movies and music? Yeah,
well, I did make those 3 feature films that I wrote, directed, and co-starred in. They'll be coming out. And then I wrote another mainstream movie that I'm going to shoot next year. So I'm planning to do a horror movie that's a little bit more mainstream and less, steamy, I guess. But other than that, that's really all the stuff that takes up my time. If I have free time, I like to watch movies or sports. But there's nothing really else that interests me, at least at this point.
Got it. So when are you writing your first rom-com?
I don't know. I really don't know. Everything's kind of day to day, and right now I'm wrapped up in Psycho Synner land and trying to launch this thing and get out and tour and play everywhere that'll have us. So that's the first goal.
I love it.
Yeah.
So do you know what time frame we're looking at for you to announce things?
Yeah, probably within a month.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're ready. I don't know if I'm ready.
Okay.
Like, I just listened to the music. I'm like, okay, so now we get a tour. So now it's a thing. Now you can go see him.
It might be a really small run the first time, and then we'll book something bigger probably in the spring. But the first run will probably be between 6 and 10 shows. It'll be really small. And
I
then
would say it's a first run, just figuring out the makeup, right?
Well,
that's such a big deal.
It's going to be a West Coast thing, I think. Keep it close to home, go up and down the coast, come back, regroup, plan for the bigger stuff, and then head back out.
There you go. So who are the other guys in the band? Are you allowed to say?
Yeah, I mean, they're all Las Vegas guys. They're in band. They were from bands that may or may not have been known. Great guys. Met them. The guitar player is who I co-write everything with. He's and we co-produce everything. His name's Sean McGee, and he produced the new upcoming Drowning Pool record that's getting ready to come out whenever that's coming out. So he and I kind of started this, and then he found the other guys. He knew the other guys, so he brought them on, and it's all been working out. Everyone gets along real well, and it's convenient because everyone's located here in Vegas, which is nice, rather than, hey man, we're rehearsing, I'll fly you down from Canada, so it's cool that everyone's here.
Is one of them your tattoo artist?
No.
Okay. I just saw like a photo of you guys like with your faces turned practicing. And then I was just like looking for content. So I looked up like your tattoo pics.
Oh.
And I thought I was like, no, it's his tattoo artist.
It's not. Yeah, no, it's not.
Okay, I'm wrong. I'm not right.
Okay. It's okay.
There you go. Okay, cool. So I don't know. Well, it's like one last thing you want to say to everyone.
Just dive into the 9 records and give them a whirl, man. I think you'll find something that you dig, and you'll probably find stuff that you don't too, which is okay. But go to psychosynner.com with a Y, Synner with a Y. It has all of our social links and links to buy the records and stuff like that. So go check it out. You can get all news and everything you need Psycho Synner wise there.
Yeah, and just have fun, right?
Have fun.
Have fun. Have fun.
Yeah.